Welcome to my channel. Subscribe, listen, and enjoy my stories every day. The afternoon sun spills through the office windows, casting long shadows over my desk. I glance at the clock, 3:30 p.m. My fingers hover over the keyboard, a business report half finished in front of me, but my mind drifts to Laura. It's been a long week filled with meetings and deadlines, and today, I decide to surprise her. I can already picture her smile as I walk through the door, the aroma of something delicious wafting through our cozy home. I text my boss, feigning a minor emergency that requires my immediate attention. With a sense of giddy anticipation, I pack my bag and head out, my heart racing as I imagine the surprise dinner I'll whip up. Driving home, I can't help but mentally compile a list of her favorite dishes: creamy risotto, garlic roasted asparagus, and maybe a chocolate cake for dessert. I swing into the driveway and enter the house, greeted by a familiar stillness. The soft hum of the refrigerator is the only sound in the air. Laura. Honey, I'm home. I call out, my voice echoing off the walls. No answer. I shrug it off, she might still be at work or out running errands. I pull off my shoes and head to the kitchen, excitement bubbling in my chest. I start chopping onions, the pungent smell filling the air, but as I move around the kitchen, I realize the living room could use some ambience. I stroll toward the closet, searching for the candles I usually keep stored away. I open the door and rummage through coats and shoes until something unexpected catches my eye. A small, crumpled ticket flutters to the ground. I pick it up, confusion washing over me as I read the words, train ticket to Brooksville. The date? Last weekend. My heart sinks. I blink at the ticket, trying to process what it means. That weekend, I had been on a business trip, miles away from home. A chill races down my spine as I think about Laura's absence, her mysterious late nights, the little lies she's told. Laura. I call again, this time my voice tinged with uncertainty. I can't shake the feeling of dread creeping in. The ticket crinkles in my fist as I force myself to think logically. Surely, there's a reasonable explanation. I walk to the living room and sink into the couch, the ticket weighing heavily in my hand. As I sit there, I pull out my phone and open the banking app. I scroll through our recent transactions, heart pounding. There it is, multiple charges from a hotel and a string of restaurants in Brooksville, all dated the same weekend. My stomach churns as the truth settles in, Laura has been unfaithful. Anger surges through me, hot and electric. Betrayal seeps into every corner of my mind, and I can't help but replay the past few months, searching for signs I must have missed. It's as if a light has been flicked on in a dark room, illuminating all the subtle clues I had brushed aside. I hear the door click open, and the sound of her voice pulls me from my thoughts. Hey, babe. I'm home. Laura's cheerful tone strikes me like a slap. I tuck the ticket into my pocket, my mind racing. Hey, I reply, trying to keep my voice steady, but the anger bubbling within me makes it difficult. I can see her through the kitchen doorway as she steps inside, her hair falling perfectly around her shoulders, a bright smile on her face. What's that smell? She asks, stepping into the kitchen and noticing the simmering pot. You're cooking. This is a surprise. Yeah, thought I'd treat you. I force a smile, my insides churning as I consider my next move. How was your day? Busy, but good. She leans in, giving me a quick kiss, but it feels different, hollow. I can't shake the feeling that she's hiding something, and the ticket sits like a ticking time bomb in my pocket. Did you have a nice weekend? I ask, keeping my tone casual. Yeah. You know how it is. She grabs a glass from the cupboard and fills it with water. How about you? Did you finish that project? I nod, but my mind races. I need to confront her, but I want to do it on my terms. I have a plan brewing, dark and twisted, but it's the only thing that gives me solace right now. As I prepare dinner, I watch her from the corner of my eye. Every laugh and smile she gives feels like a knife in my gut. I realize I can't just let this go. She deserves to feel the weight of her betrayal. Laura, I say, my voice low and steady. We need to talk. Her smile falters as she looks up at me, a flicker of confusion crossing her face. What's wrong? I take a deep breath, feeling the intensity of the moment. I found something today, and I think we need to be honest with each other. Her eyes widen slightly, but before she can respond, I pull the ticket from my pocket and lay it on the table between us. I watch as her expression shifts from surprise to fear, realization dawning on her. Where did you find that? She asks, her voice barely above a whisper. Tell me the truth, Laura, I reply, my heart racing. The thrill of revenge surges through me as I watch her squirm, knowing that the revelation of her infidelity is just the beginning of my plan. Did you really think I wouldn't find out? I add, the weight of my words heavy in the air. The evening stretches on, the truth between us like a chasm. And as I watch the facade of our life together start to crumble, I realize that this is only the beginning of a darker chapter, a path I never expected to walk down, but one I now feel compelled to follow. The air thickens between us, palpable with tension and unspoken accusations. Laura's eyes dart between the ticket and my face, her breath quickening as if she's caught in a lie she can't escape. I can feel the anger simmering beneath my skin, and as much as I want to scream, I keep my voice steady. Tell me what happened last weekend, I demand, my fingers gripping the edge of the table, knuckles white. She takes a step back, her expression shifting from shock to defiance. It's not what you think, she insists, crossing her arms over her chest, an instinctive shield. I can explain. Explain what? That you took a train to Brooksville while I was working. I lean forward, my heart pounding. You think I'm just going to sit here and pretend this is all okay? It was a work trip. I had to meet with a client. Don't lie to me. I interrupt, rage spilling out. I've seen the hotel charges and the restaurant bills, Laura. Who were you with? She hesitates, and in that moment, I see the crack in her facade, the chink in her armor. You don't understand. It was a misunderstanding, she stammers, her voice trembling. Misunderstanding? I scoff, incredulous. You were gone for 3 days. How could it be a misunderstanding? The image of her with another man gnaws at me, and I can't help but feel a surge of betrayal. Okay, maybe I went out with some friends, but it didn't mean anything. I didn't cheat on you. Her voice rises, a desperate attempt to convince me. Friends? I laugh bitterly. Is that what you call him? You think I'm going to believe you? If you didn't cheat, why did you hide the ticket in your coat? Why did you lie about where you were? She opens her mouth to respond but then closes it, eyes downcast. I see the weight of her guilt settle over her like a heavy cloak. The silence stretches, thick and suffocating. You think I'm just going to let you walk away from this? You betrayed me, Laura. We built a life together, and you threw it away for, what? A weekend of fun. I'm sorry, she whispers, her voice small. I was lonely. You were always working, and I felt neglected. I thought. You thought what? That lying would fix everything. I step closer, my frustration boiling over. This isn't just some mistake, this is a betrayal. You broke my trust, and now I'm left picking up the pieces. I'll do anything to make it right, she pleads, desperation clawing at her voice. Please don't leave me. I love you. Love? I snort, disbelief flooding my system. Is that what you call it? You love me while you're out with someone else. You can't even say his name, can you? The tears spill from her eyes, and I feel a twinge of something, maybe pity, but it quickly hardens into resolve. I won't be swayed by her tears. She made her choice, and now she must face the consequences. I want you to leave, I say, the words tasting bitter on my tongue. I can't do this anymore. Please, don't say that, she cries, reaching for my hand, but I pull away, repulsed. We can work through this. I'll prove it to you. Prove it? I echo, incredulous. How do you expect to prove anything? By lying to me again. Laura falls silent, her shoulders sagging as the weight of my words sinks in. I watch her crumble, and a dark satisfaction washes over me. I'm done playing games, Laura. I've given you chance after chance, but you took that for granted. I'm begging you, she chokes out, collapsing into a chair, her hands cradling her face. Don't do this. But I've made my decision. I won't be the fool any longer. You brought this on yourself, I reply coldly. Pack your things and get out. The air is thick with unspoken words and raw emotion. Laura stares at me, her expression a mixture of shock and disbelief, as if she can't comprehend that her actions have led us to this moment. You can't be serious, she finally whispers, her voice trembling. I am, I say, crossing my arms. I'll give you until the end of the week. I need time to figure out what to do with our life, but you need to leave. As I watch her process my words, I feel a strange sense of clarity. Betrayal has a way of sharpening your vision, and I see now how much she's taken for granted. Where will I go? She asks, her voice softening, the fight leaving her. Not my problem. The harshness of my reply surprises even me, but the bitterness is there, unyielding. You made your choices. Now you have to live with the consequences. She doesn't respond, just stares at the floor, her mind racing. I see the tears fall silently, and for a moment, I almost feel bad. Almost. You think this is easy for me? I continue, frustration boiling over. You think I wanted to do this? I've loved you for so long, but you threw that away for some weekend fling. I'm not going to let you hurt me like this anymore. She looks up, eyes wide, as if finally seeing me for who I am, not the husband who forgives easily, but the man who's reached his limit. I'll fix it, she whispers, the desperation in her voice cutting deep. I swear I'll fix this. You can't fix it, I reply, my voice low and steady. It's broken beyond repair. I turn away from her, knowing that I need to focus on my own path forward. I grab my phone and step outside onto the porch, breathing in the cool evening air. The sun is setting, casting an orange hue across the sky, and it feels like a metaphor for the end of something that I'm finally letting go of. As I scroll through my contacts, I find the name of a close friend, someone who can help me navigate this mess. Sam, I mutter under my breath, pressing the call button. I need support, someone to remind me that I'm not alone in this. He answers on the second ring, his voice cheerful. Hey, man. What's up? Can we meet? I ask, my voice low and urgent. I need to talk. Sure, everything okay? His tone shifts, concern threading through. No, it's not okay. It's about Laura. Damn, alright. I'll be over in 15. I hang up, the weight of the world on my shoulders. Inside, I can still hear Laura's muffled cries, the realization of her betrayal echoing in the corners of my mind. I know this is only the beginning, the path I'm on is dark, filled with anger and retribution. As I stare out at the horizon, I feel a surge of resolve. I won't just walk away, I'll make sure she understands the depth of her betrayal. She broke my heart, and now, it's time for me to break her world. The night stretches on, heavy with tension and uncertainty. I sit in the living room, the remnants of the half-cooked dinner abandoned on the stove. The flickering candlelight casts shadows across the walls, mirroring the turmoil inside me. Laura's sobs drift from the bedroom, muffled and pained, but I refuse to let pity overwhelm me. She made her choices, and now it's time for me to make mine. The sound of a car pulling into the driveway interrupts my thoughts. Sam arrives, his silhouette framed by the porch light. I open the door before he can knock, his casual smile fading as he takes in the scene. "Hey, man," he says, stepping inside and immediately sensing the tension. "What's going on? You look like you've seen a ghost." "More like I'm living one," I reply, running a hand through my hair. "Laura, she cheated on me." Sam's expression shifts to concern as he settles onto the couch. "Damn, I'm sorry to hear that. What happened?" "I found a train ticket. She was in Brooksville last weekend while I was on a business trip." I grabbed the ticket from my pocket, handing it to him. "Hotel charges, restaurant bills, it's all there." Sam takes the ticket, his brows furrowing as he examines it. "This is serious. Have you talked to her?" "Yeah, I confronted her. She tried to deny it, but it's obvious she's lying." I stand up, pacing the room, my heart racing with a mix of anger and determination. "I can't just let this go, Sam. I'm done being the good guy. I want to make her feel what she did to me." "Whoa," he cautions, leaning forward. "You need to be careful. Revenge isn't always the answer. Think about what you're doing." I stop, turning to face him, frustration boiling over. "You don't understand. She took everything from me. How can I just move on like nothing happened? I want her to feel the same pain I do." Sam studies me for a moment, then shakes his head. "I get it, but there are consequences. You could regret it later. Just take a step back and think this through." But I can't think straight. The images of her with another man, the betrayal weighing heavy on my heart, consume my thoughts. What if she doesn't care? I ask, desperation creeping into my voice. What if she just moves on with her life? That's a possibility, but you have to focus on yourself first. Don't let her dictate your actions, Sam advises, his tone firm yet understanding. I sink onto the couch across from him, head in my hands. What do I do then? Just sit here and let her walk away unscathed? No, but you need a plan. Something that doesn't involve burning your life down, he says, crossing his arms. Maybe start by gathering evidence. Document everything, and then you can decide how to proceed. I nod slowly, the idea taking root in my mind. You're right. I need proof, something concrete to show her how deep this betrayal runs. Exactly. And then you can decide what to do with that information. Sam's eyes light up with a sense of purpose. We can even set up some surveillance, make sure you know what she's up to. Surveillance? I raise an eyebrow, intrigued. What do you mean? Simple. We can track her movements, see if she's still seeing this guy. If she is, you'll have the proof you need, he explains, his enthusiasm evident. And then you can take the next steps. All right, I agree, my mind racing with possibilities. Let's do it. Good, Sam says, a smile breaking through the tension. But first, let's grab a drink. You need to clear your head. I stand, the tension still simmering beneath the surface, but the idea of a drink sounds appealing. Fine, let's hit the bar down the street. As we walk out, I glance back at the house, the weight of betrayal hanging in the air. I know I need to prepare myself for the days ahead. I refuse to let Laura's infidelity define my life. The bar is lively, filled with laughter and chatter, a stark contrast to the heaviness I feel inside. We settle into a booth, and I order a whiskey, the amber liquid calming my nerves as I take a deep sip. Here's to making bad decisions, Sam jokes, lifting his glass, and I clink mine against his, forcing a smile. Cheers to that, I reply, but the hollow feeling in my chest remains. As the evening progresses, we talk about everything and nothing, laughter punctuating the air, but every time I close my eyes, I see Laura's face, the betrayal etched deep into her features. I know I need to be patient, to bide my time, but the anger festers inside me, a constant reminder of what I've lost. "All right, let's get back to the plan," Sam says, pulling out his phone. "I have a friend who can help us with the tracking. He's got some gear that can pick up on her phone and location." "Sounds good," I reply, my heart racing with anticipation. "Let's do it." When we return to my house, it's late, and Laura's silence is deafening. The house feels like a ghost of what it used to be, filled with memories tainted by betrayal. I lead Sam to the kitchen, where I pull out my laptop and start typing. "What do you need?" Sam asks, watching me. "I want to set up a secure account, somewhere to store everything we find. Messages, photos, anything that will prove she cheated," I say, my fingers flying across the keyboard. "Good idea," he replies, leaning over my shoulder. "And we should get some surveillance footage, too. If she's still seeing that guy, it'll be our best shot." I nod, adrenaline coursing through me. "Let's do this. I want to know everything." As I dive deeper into the process, I can feel a sense of control beginning to return. The weight of betrayal is still heavy on my heart, but now I have a plan. I won't let her walk away unscathed. She will understand the consequences of her actions. Hours pass as we brainstorm ideas and formulate a strategy. We decide to set up a hidden camera at our home, a place where Laura would feel safe. "She'll never see it coming," I mutter, a twisted satisfaction curling my lips. Finally, we finish our plan, and I lean back, the weight of what's to come settling heavily in my chest. "This is just the beginning," I say, looking at Sam. "I want her to know exactly how it feels to lose everything she had." He nods, a serious expression on his face. "Just remember, you can't lose yourself in this. Don't become the monster you're trying to fight." I nod, but deep down, I know the truth. This betrayal has awakened something inside me, a darkness that craves retribution. And I won't stop until Laura feels every ounce of pain she's caused me. As I look out the window at the darkness enveloping the street, I realize that my life is no longer about love and trust, it's about survival and vengeance. And with every step I take into this new world, I'm ready to embrace the darkness that lies ahead. The days blur into each other as I set my plan into motion, fueled by a relentless desire for retribution. The surveillance equipment is in place, and every detail meticulously documented. Sam has been my partner in this dark endeavor, urging me to keep my head clear, but the rage coursing through my veins drowns out any sense of reason. It's the morning after the last setup. I wake with a sense of dread and anticipation. Today could be the day I finally get the evidence I need. I glance at my phone, checking for any updates. There's a notification from the surveillance app I've installed. I sit up, heart racing as I tap to view the footage. The screen lights up, showing a live feed of the living room. The house is empty, but soon, I see Laura walk in, her posture slightly defeated, eyes still puffy from crying. I can't help but feel a twinge of something, pity. No, it's anger. Anger that she's still so oblivious to the depth of her betrayal. A few moments later, her phone buzzes on the kitchen counter. I lean closer, straining to catch a glimpse of who's calling. Then, just as I suspect, she picks it up, a smile spreading across her face. "Hey, babe," she says, the lightness in her tone sending a bolt of fury through me. "Babe?" I whisper to myself, rage boiling over. I can't listen to this any longer. I grab my jacket and storm out of the house, fists clenched, determination surging within me. I drive to the cafe where Laura often meets her lover, feeling the weight of purpose driving me forward. The sun is high, casting a bright light on the world, but all I can see is darkness. I park a block away and wait, my heart pounding in anticipation. After what feels like an eternity, I spot her entering the cafe, laughter spilling from her lips, completely unaware of the storm brewing outside. I pull out my phone, silently recording as she settles into a booth with a tall man, a slick suit and an arrogant smile. They lean in close, exchanging conspiratorial whispers, and I feel my blood boil. "Are you ready to play your little game?" I mutter under my breath, tapping my foot impatiently. The two are engrossed in conversation, oblivious to the world around them. It's time to expose the truth. I gather my thoughts, recalling every detail I've collected, every lie she's told, and I feel the weight of it all settle on my shoulders. I can't do this alone. I pull out my phone again and dial Sam. "You ready?" "Yeah, where are you?" he answers, concern lacing his voice. "Outside the cafe." "I've got her," I reply, my voice low. "You won't believe who she's with." "What do you mean?" Sam asks, his tone shifting to urgency. "She's here with him, the guy from Brooksville," I say, barely able to contain my rage. "Damn, I'm on my way," he responds, and I hang up, focusing on the scene unfolding before me. Laura leans closer to her lover, a look of genuine joy on her face. I can't believe how easily she's moved on, how little regard she has for what we once had. I capture every smile, every laugh, and every stolen glance, knowing that soon, she'll be confronted with the evidence of her betrayal. Just as I'm about to enter the cafe, I spot Sam's car pull up. I wave him over, adrenaline coursing through my veins. "Let's do this," I say, determination shining in my eyes. We step inside, and the bell chimes above the door, drawing Laura's attention. Her face pales when she sees me, confusion turning to panic as she glances between us. "What are you doing here?" she asks, her voice trembling. "I think you know," I reply, my voice steady but cold. "Mind if we join you?" "Who is this?" Sam asks, his eyes narrowing at the man sitting across from her. This is," Laura stammers, her facade crumbling. "This is the guy you've been seeing behind my back." I interject, my anger spilling over. "Tell me, what did he give you that I couldn't?" The man leans back, his expression shifting from surprise to amusement. "Looks like someone's been spying," he taunts, a smirk curling at his lips. I ignore him, my focus solely on Laura. "You think you can just waltz into my life, play house, and then betray me without consequences? I have everything I need to show you exactly how this feels." "Are you serious?" Laura's voice rises, desperation leaking through. "You're going to ruin everything." "No, you already did that." I shout, feeling the weight of every word. "You don't get to play the victim here. You chose this." People in the cafe begin to stare, eyes darting between us as the tension mounts. I take a step closer, adrenaline pumping through my veins. "You're going to regret this, Laura. I'm going to make sure everyone knows exactly what you did." "I'm sorry," she pleads, her voice breaking. "Please, just let's talk about this." I shake my head, the darkness inside me surfacing. "No more talking. You had your chance, and you threw it away for this pathetic excuse of a man." The man stands, puffing his chest out. "You think you can intimidate her? Back off, buddy. She made her choice." "Oh, I'm just getting started," I say, a cruel smile creeping across my lips. "You don't know what I'm capable of." In that moment, something shifts in the air. The tension is electric, and I feel the anger spiraling into something darker. The betrayal has festered long enough, and I'm ready to unleash the storm I've been holding back. Suddenly, Sam steps in, pulling me back. "Let's not do this here," he says firmly, but I can see the urgency in his eyes. "Think about what you're risking." I glance around, seeing the judgmental stares of the cafe patrons. You're right. This isn't over yet. I turn back to Laura, a dangerous glint in my eye. But it will be. I will make sure you remember this day. The confrontation breaks, and we storm out of the cafe, the air thick with unresolved tension. As we reach the car, I feel the anger pulsing through me, and I can't shake the thought that this isn't over. I won't let it end like this. Where do we go from here? Sam asks, concern etched across his face. I'm going to expose her, I reply, voice low and filled with determination. I have everything I need to destroy her. She'll wish she never crossed me. But as the weight of my words settles, I realize there's no turning back. I've crossed a line, and the darkness inside me has taken hold. As I drive, I plot every move, imagining the pain I'll unleash. Back at home, I compile the evidence, the photos, the recordings. Each piece is a dagger in my heart, a reminder of everything I once held dear. But now, it's a weapon, a tool for my revenge. I create a social media account, anonymous and untraceable, and start posting. The evidence of Laura's betrayal spills across the screen, and with each post, I feel a sense of satisfaction mixed with horror. This isn't just about revenge, it's about obliterating her world. As the notifications begin to flood in, the comments pouring out with judgment and anger, I realize that I've unleashed something I can't control. The weight of my actions crashes down, and a chilling realization grips me. In the chaos of it all, I see Laura's face, haunted, broken, stripped of everything she once held dear. But even as I feel a sense of triumph, I can't shake the emptiness growing within me. I've become the monster I vowed to fight against. The phone rings, Laura's number flashing across the screen. I pick it up, my heart pounding. What have you done? She screams, her voice filled with panic. I've exposed the truth, Laura, I reply, my voice icy. You wanted to play with fire, and now you're getting burned. Please, take it down, she cries. I'll do anything. Just stop. But the satisfaction of her pain is intoxicating, and I know there's no turning back. It's too late for that, I say, the finality of my words echoing in my ears. You broke my heart, and now you'll pay the price. The call disconnects, and I sit back, the adrenaline still coursing through my veins. I stare at the screen, watching the chaos unfold as Laura's world crumbles around her. But in the quiet aftermath, I feel a deep void settle within me. I've shattered her life, but in doing so, I've shattered my own. The lines between right and wrong have blurred, and as I sink deeper into this darkness, I realize the true cost of betrayal, loss, pain, and an unending cycle of vengeance that can never be satisfied. Days later, as I watch the news coverage of Laura's descent into chaos, her reputation destroyed, her life in ruins, I'm left feeling hollow. I've won, but at what cost? The emptiness inside me gnaws away, and I realize that revenge has a price I never expected to pay. I may have succeeded in my plan, but in doing so, I've lost everything I once held dear. The battle may be over, but the war within me rages on, a reminder that in the quest for vengeance, both sides can be destroyed. And now, I'm left with the haunting knowledge that the chains of betrayal bind us all, forever altering the course of our lives. As I stand alone in the silence of my empty home, I understand the tragic truth. Some betrayals cut so deep that they leave scars that never heal, and in seeking to break others, I've only managed to break myself.